Hi, I'm Ryan Szymanski, curator for Battleship New Jersey Museum and Memorial, and today we're in a space I have never been in. This, I believe, is the Harpoon Equipment Room. I think that's what it's called. I've heard people refer to it as HER. So, this was one of the 5-inch upper handling rooms that would have fed a mount above us. You can see in the overhead, we've got this thick, round ring. That's where the 5-inch gun would have been, and on the inside would be all the gearing for it to rotate. And you see right below me on the deck is the base where the stalk of that gun would have come through and mounted. And that's interesting. Right below the camera here is where one of the two dredger hoists was removed and blanked over. The other dredger hoist, no evidence of it, so that got fully cut out for whatever reason. Oftentimes the dredger hoists were repurposed for harpoon equipment, cooling water, electronics coming from down below. So some of them get removed, most of them get retained. Interestingly, there is some powerful air conditioning and a heater installed in here. Those are not original to when the ship was using this as a 5-inch magazine. And then here's the equipment that goes with the Harpoon cruise missiles. Now, like we said in the video last night, there's a link to that in the description below, when we had these Casualty enable keys but didn't know where they went, the Harpoon is an anti-ship missile that was bolted on, and it's one of those great weapon systems that's really easy to just add to another ship. It doesn't require as much modifications as some other missile launchers. And so you'll see most warships in the U.S. Navy have some number of these launchers on them. And Iowa-class battleships had 16 missiles total in 4 quadruple launchers installed, so 2 batteries. The handling rooms get converted to operate them, and you can see it's a very small amount of equipment. And you could see when we were up in CEC yesterday from the video down below that the WCIP panel for it is just a small thing that gets welded and gets wired over to here. So very simple. So yesterday we talked about how we had the keys to launch it, but there was only 1 key slot, and we had more keys than that. These are the Harpoon Casualty enable keys. We've got number 2 and number 1. We are on the port side of the ship, so this should be number 2. So that enables launch, just like we found out with the Tomahawks in our other key videos. And there's a link in the description below to the whole keys playlist for those of you who are just seeing this for the first time. We recently found about 20 pounds of historic keys, including most, if not all, of the gunnery department keys. And we've been going through them trying to figure out where they went. So we've done a number of videos. With the Tomahawks, we found that there were launch enablers both in CEC and back here in the after superstructure. And it's the same way with the Harpoons. So you've got to enable it here and at the console up in CEC. So one person can't just turn a key and fire a missile. Now, this is the normal launching panel. I haven't found the key that goes in this to turn it from off to test and launch. However, we do have Harpoon Casualty Panel 2 key. And this is the Casualty panel. Like we said in the last video, if CEC is taken out, you can no longer plug a firing solution into the WCIP panel up there and fire a missile. You can still do it from here. The Harpoon has an onboard guidance system. You just turn your ship broadside to the ship that you're fighting, like an old sailing ship. Hope that there's none of your guys in between you and the target, and fire your missile, and it will just launch straight in that direction, and the missile's onboard guidance system will pick up the first target it senses and engage that. These have a range of approximately 80 miles on New Jersey. There are newer models out there today which might have a slightly longer range. These are the main anti-ship weapon of the Iowa-class battleships in the 80s. While we have our guns, Those are great. They've only got a range of 20 miles. And we've got a TASM Tomahawk anti-ship missile that we may or may not have carried in large numbers. They have a range of about 250 miles and can fly a programmable route. But the main anti-ship missile of the Navy through the 70s and 80s to the present day is this Harpoon. So, what are some other keys that you'd like us to find in the near future? This one was by far the winner when we posted last night's video, because we specifically said we've got these keys and we don't know where they go. So everybody's like, we'll find out where they go. Cool. We found another one of the 1,600 rooms on the ship that I had not been in before. What are some other keys now that you think the ship might have that you'd like us to see tested in the future? Let us know in the comment section down below. Battleship New Jersey receives operating support from the New Jersey Department of State, also from a number of other businesses and private individuals like yourselves. We really appreciate your support. It gives us the time to go and do cool research like this and bring you all along for the ride. In addition to the donate link in the description below, you can also support us by liking, sharing, and subscribing so more people find out about the museum and our channel. Thanks for watching.